Well, the Phillies have a little bit of pride. Ryan Howard and the 2008 champions getting their World Series rings in a pregame ceremony Wednesday before hosting the Braves. Top one no score, Brian McCann, have some. Takes Joe Blanton out. McCann's second Jack of the Year. Bravo's up 2-zip. Top five, Braves up 7-3. Runner on, Jordan Schaefer. Yo, young fella, it's supposed to be difficult to hit big league pitching, huh? Two-run shot, his second career home run in 3 career games. Braves up 9-3. Seventh inning, Phillies down 10-5, bases loaded. Matt Stairs takes ball 4, run scores. Bobby Cox comes out. No, he doesn't get thrown out. Blaine Boyer comes out of the pen. So next batter, Boyer walks Chris Coates, run scores. Next batter, Jimmy Rollins. He gets 4 balls and walks proudly to first. Run scores in 3 straight bases loaded walks. Cox out to make another change. Jorge Campillo pitching. Shane Victorino getting his hit on to right for a base knock. Stairs comes in to score. Phillies now down 10-9. Next batter, Chase Utley takes ball 4. Phillies tie it at 10. The Braves, 4 bases loaded walks in the 7th. Next batter, Ryan Howard. Chops it to first. Campillo covers the bag for the out. Finally. Not enough, though, as Rollins scores. Phillies lead 11-10. Phillies 8 runs on 4 singles, 5 walks, 1 hit by pitch in the 7th. They'd add a run on the sac fly in the 8th. Top 9, Braves down 12-10. Matt Diaz hammers Brad Lidge's pitch. His first home run of the season. Braves 8 home runs in 3 games. They're down 12-11. Later in the 9th, Brad Lidge tells Garrett Anderson, "Don't interrupt, rude." Lidge gets his first save of the season. He had 41 last year. Phillies come back to win it 12-11 from 7 down to the bottom of the 7th. First time the Phillies have come back from a deficit that big, that late, since August 1990.
I got an unreal game about 45 minutes south of our Los Angeles production center. That's Anaheim is located. Angels at home against the Athletics. They're up 4-0. Scott Shields, top 8. Mark Ellis, runners on the corner. Ground ball. Sean Figgins comes home. Jack Cuss, ball loose. It's 4-1. Same frame, still 4-1. Ryan Sweeney facing Shields with 2 on, 2 outs. He singles. Kurt Suzuki and Ellis score. We've got a 4-3 game. We go top 9. 2 outs. 4-3. Brian Fuentes. Here's your closer, replacing Francisco Rodriguez, who went to the Mets, facing Suzuki in the 8-0-8, getting it done with a tapper off the end of the bat. Pitcher, catcher can't get it done. Infield single, we got 2 on. Nomar Garcia Parra, 2 on, 2 out, pinch hitting. To left, Gary Matthews. How's he going to play it? He plays it safe, and this ball game is tied. Next batter, Ellis. Runners on the corners. Fuentes still in there. Ground ball in the hole, Eric Ibar. No play, Suzuki scores, it's 5-4. They get 3 in the 8th, 3 in the 9th, it's 6-4. We go bottom 9, 2 outs, Bobby Abreu. Grounds out to short. The Athletics win it 6-4. They rally from a 4-0 8th inning deficit and get it done and beat the Angels in Anaheim. Winner was Tim Lincecum, his teammate. Johnson, 5 of them, 295 career wins, looking for at least 1 more good run. Giants at home against the Brewers, gets Ricky Weeks, gets Prince Fielder, and then in the 3rd, what happens here? Giovanni Gallardo, he gets him. Johnson, 6 Ks through 3 innings. 5th inning, 2 outs, we're tied in a 1-1 game. You're going to watch Jason Kendall on purpose, because we're going to bring up the pitcher again, Gallardo. Same high fastball. The pitcher had the eye on it. 4-1 Brewers. That's the first time in his major league career that Randy Johnson has given up a home run to the opposing pitcher. 7th inning, 2 out, 1 on, 4-1. Randy Wynn, former Hawaii winter leaguer, with the RBI single. Aaron Rowan, Portland, Oregon, scores. Giants 4-2. Gallardo leaves the game. Todd Coffey, is he caffeinated? Benji Molina grounds out to short. Brewers going to win it 4-2 in Randy Johnson's quest for 300. Well, he's not at 296 yet. He'll remain at 295. He takes the loss.
Yankees-Orioles, Chin-Ming Wong, first start since June 15, 2008. Bottom 1 already in trouble. Aubrey Huff getting his double on. Nick Markakis scores, 2-zip Baltimore. Markakis went 3 for 3 on the game. Bottom 4 now, Wong in more trouble. Baltimore up 5-1. Runner on first. I told you Markakis went 3 for 3. One of his 3 was the whole shebang-a-bang. A 2-run shot. First of the season, had 20 last year, O's up 7-1. Long pull, gave up 7 runs and 9 hits in 3 2/3. 7th now, Yankees down 7-2. Mark Teixeira strikes out in a low and away pitch. Teixeira might have a $180 million contract, but a man in a bird suit apparently has no respect whatsoever. Top 9, Yankees down 7-2. 1 on, 2 out. Derek Jeter, booyah! 2-run shot, opposite field. First home run of the season. 207 for his career, but his home runs have declined every year the last 5 years. Yankees down 7-4. Later in the inning, 1 on, Teixeira. His first hit as a Yankee. Doubles to right center. Johnny Damon scores. Yankees down 7-5. Next batter, Hideki Matsui. The Yankees with a chance for a big rally. Built a drama. All right. I was trying to build it. Hideki Matsui pops up to third, ends the ballgame. Baltimore wins it 7-5. O's pitcher Koji Uehara, a 10-year veteran of the Yomiuri Giants of the Japanese League, wins his major league debut. Rays and Red Sox. John Lester on the mound, looking for his 12th straight game. Winning at Fenway. Top 5, tied at 1. Gabe Kapler on first. Akinori Iwamura. Lines 1 through to left. Kapler goes to third in the hit and run. Another look. Joe Lowry starts to go to second before the hit. If he hadn't jumped, might have been there to make the play. Conference on the mound with Lester. What do you think? I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. Stay in. All right. Next batter, Jason Bartlett. Lays down the suicide safety squeeze. Kapler safe at home. Bartlett safe at first. Rays up 2-1. Later in the 5th, Carlos Pena. 0 for 6 in the season. 5 strikeouts. Slumping big time. How about this for a slump buster? Home run for Pena. He had 31 last year. Rays win 7-2. Lester 5 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs. The Rays 9, 1, 2, and 3 batters win a combined 11 of 19.
3rd of 4 to open the season between the Dodgers and Padres. San Diego hosts. Look at Manny's batting helmet. It's like he's like working on a construction site with that thing. Well, he is. He's trying to resurrect Dodger baseball, I guess. He grounds out there. Dodgers lead 1-0. Rafael Furcal scores. 7th inning. We're tied at 2. And 2 on, 1 out. Clay Meredith thinks he's coming in, and the Padres wearing their Nugent gear. No, you're not coming in. Back into the duck blind. Edward Mujica stays in, and maybe they wish they brought in Meredith because Manny, deep right center, 2-run double. Furcal and Orlando Hudson score 4-2. Ramirez goes 2 for 4, 3 RBI. Later in the inning, James Loney buys some insurance. Ramirez scores, and the Dodgers go on to win the game. 5-2 is your final down in San Diego.
Wednesday, Wellemeyer struggle. Top 2, 1-zip Pirates. Runner on first and second for Niger Morgan. Morgan lines the ball over Khalil Green's head. Base knock. Ramon Vasquez scores. 2-zip Pirates. Next batter, Freddie Sanchez. Dude, Sanchez thinks this is like slow pitch softball. Bloop single to left. Jack Wilson scores. Sanchez, 11th career 4-hit game. He's hitting .571. 3-zip Bucks. Bases loaded. Ryan Dumit comes up. Rips it to right. Morgan scores. Dumit thrown out at first. 4-zip Pirates, though. Wellemeyer went 5 innings, gave up 12 hits and 5 earned. Top 6, 5-2 Pirates. Runner in second, Nate McLeod. Peace. 2-run shot. McLeod had started the season 0-8. Pirates going to win it 7-4. Albert Pujols, 7 assists, most by a first baseman in the big since 1971.
Mets and Reds in Cincinnati. New York took the series opener, and then both clubs had a prep day Tuesday. Top 5, Reds 4-3. Carlos Beltran with 2 on, and he'll chase Red starter Edinson Volquez with that. Daniel Murphy scores, and then David Wright scores when the throw home hit the mound. Mets take the lead 5-4. Bottom 9, 9-7. Francisco Rodriguez, 2 walks and an error to load the bases. Alex Gonzalez, full count fastball, sit down. 2 outs. Next batter, Lance Nix, also known in some circles as Lance Quest. Is it deep enough? No. Beltran makes the catch. Rodriguez, 2 for 2, save ops, 9-7. Between the Astros and Cubs, and since the Masters begins Thursday, it's only fair that Brian Moeller could get a mulligan. Top 1, bases loaded. Aramis Ramirez single. Kosuke Fukudome scores. It's 2-0. They get 4 in the first. Top 2nd. Cubs 2 on, 2 outs. Ramirez, long single, left field corner. Fukudome scores again. He went 4 for 5, 4 runs, 5-0. Moeller, 1 2/3. Said he stunk up the place, so he was stating the obvious. Russ Ortiz is Houston's 5th starter. in long relief, though, until he's needed, and Mike Fontenot glad to see him. 8-0. 8-2 after a pair of Astro solo shots, and then Ivan Rodriguez getting on it off Ted Lilly. That's into the Crawford boxes. It's 8-4. Ortiz pulled after walking the bases loaded. Ramirez greeting Chris Sampson with that. Scores 2 more. Ramirez goes 4 for 6. The Cubs win it 11-6. Give me a T for Texas. Oh, wait, that's a Jimmy Rogers song, not an Elvis tune. Rangers looking to win their first 2 at home since 2000. Elvis Andrus. Only second player in Major League history named Elvis. Elvis Pena was the first. Andrus grounds to Ryan Garco and reaches safely. Chris Davis scores 2-0. And then in the bottom of the 6th, Elvis goes yard. First home run in Major League history by a player named Elvis. And
got some sideburns, too.
And you know, Elvis's middle name was Aaron, which only seems appropriate since the king of the home run swing is Hank Aaron. And so the first time we can say Elvis has left the building. And then Elvis. How about a little something there? Rangers beat the Indians 8-5.
Mariners Twins. Justin Morneau and the Twins. Bottom 1 on 2 out. Morneau. Everybody got a Big Mama. You remember Big Mama used to say, 2-run shot, Morneau's first. He had 23 last year. Bottom 5, Morneau singles up the middle, scoring Michael Kadaya. Morneau 2 for 3 with 3 RBI. He had 129 RBI last year. That tied the game at 5. Next batter, Jason Kubu, drives in Morneau. There's a reason Morneau finished second in MVP race last year. He got skills. Twins up 6-5. Top 7. Ken Griffey Jr. has 612 career homers. He still has 612 career homers. Twins win it 6-5. All right, the top 64 plays of the night. That's what we were going to do, but our producer said we don't have time. So let's go with 10. Number 10. Elvis Andrus. First ever Elvis to homer in Major League Baseball history. Got sideburns like the king, but this Elvis from Venezuela.
She's a beauty, that number 9. It's the Masters Par 3 contest. Fuzzy Zeller brings a little girl out from the crowd to knock it in, and she does. Fuzzy celebrates with a little Viridian afterwards and a little fist bump.
Number 8, White Sox Royals, Josh Fields. Great diving stop, throws from his knees, does his tax return, bakes some cookies, all in one play to get Billy Butler out. So right there, he's tapping on the calculator, and those were the chocolate chips came out of the oven. Royals beat the White Sox.
At 7, Blazers beat the Spurs.
And hits it! Steve Blake hits a half-court shot.
Steve Blake beat the clock there.
Number 6, Blue Jackets, Blackhawks. Jason Chimera, nice assist to Rick Nash for the goal to tie it at 3. That would force overtime and a 1-point earned against Columbus. Its first ever playoff berth. More from this game later.
Indoor Skydiving World Challenge, England, 18 nations, 60 teams. Stu, you ever been skydiving?
No. Tiger Woods asked me last year if I wanted to go. I'm like, dude, no.
He decided to keep it on the ground. Not even with Tiger?
Not even with Tiger. Mets Reds.
A brilliant catch by Alex Gonzalez for the first down of the game.
I'm not jumping out of a perfectly good airplane. Blue Jackets and Blackhawks. Nikolai Habibulin, great save. Blue Jackets would win it 4-3 in the shootout.
Let's go back to the Masters Par 3 contest. We had 4 hole-in-ones, and that means that there was plenty of celebrating going on at the 19th hole. I don't care if it's the Par 3 contest. You go hole-in-one, you're flying, you're buying. Tim Clark, John Merrick, Gary Player, and Greg Norman.
Number 1, Capital Classic Dunk Contest. Senior Isaiah Armwood from Montrose Christian's Kevin Durant's high school jumps over 7 people. You can jump over a 7-footer or 7 people. You got the number 1 spot.
18 hits Wednesday at St. Louis. Thursday, they were left begging for base knocks, thanks in large part to Chris Carpenter, not won a game since September of 06, elbow issues. Eric Hinsky, Freddie Sanchez, and Ryan Domich say he got no issues, and Hinsky again. 3 fastballs and then a breaking ball. 5 of the first 6 innings were 1, 2, 3. 7th inning, Carpenter's got a no-hitter, 2 outs. Ramon Vasquez with 1 on. Skip Schumacher can't get it. He maybe should have turned 2 in the bat before Vasquez. First hit allowed. He'd given up an unearned run. Jack Wilson He can't get anything going. 7 innings, 7 Ks, 1 hit. But down a run, Yadier Molina, bottom 7 with 2 on. He chases Buck starter Ross Ollendorf with that. Ryan Ludwig scores, and then Brian Barden facing Sean Burnett. Barden pinch hit single. Khalil Green will score. The Cardinals 2-1 lead, 2-1 winners. Carpenter not won since Game 3 of the 06 World Series.
Padres hoping to even their season opening 4-game set with the Dodgers. Let's pick it up in the 8th. That's when it got interesting. Score tied, Edgar Gonzalez off Corey Wade. Nick Hundley's going to come around, and the Padres took a 4-3 lead. They lost 99 games last season. They got a young team, very confident. Top 9, Dodgers down a run. No more Trevor Hoffman and Hell's Bells. Heath Bell comes in to blow me away by breaking Benjamin. You familiar with that?
Hell's Bells, AC/DC.
He blew away Manny Ramirez there. And then after Andre Ethier walked runners at the corner for Russell Martin, and that'll do it from San Diego. The Padres win it 4-3, so they earn a split against the NL West favorites.
Anchor steam against Old Milwaukee. San Francisco against Milwaukee. Matt Cain, second lowest run support in the majors last season, gets Ryan Braun in a scoreless game. Then the Giants give him 5, and he gets Braun again. 7 innings, 4 hits, 5 Ks, 1 run, top 9. Joe Martinez on the mound.
With his stuff.
And Mike Cameron's line drive drills him in the head. That hurt to watch. Bruce Bochy, the Giants manager, the ball was smoked. He didn't have a chance. You can see the blood there.
Well, he seemed to be
concern all around.
And that is
take another look.
Thing about this.
And that looks fairly flush. And Mike Cameron, his reaction.
Direct hit.
Oh, you remember Cameron? He had that collision with Carlos Beltran when they were both Mets and knocked Cammy out for the season. Martinez made his big league debut Tuesday. He was the winning pitcher on opening day, and here you're just hoping he's able to return to the field eventually. Cammy said he couldn't stop shaking there on second base. Martinez taken to the hospital for a CAT scan and evaluation. The Giants win the baseball game 7-1.
Yankees hadn't started the season 0-3 since 1998, but they had dropped their first 2 games in Baltimore. Turned to A.J. Burnett to avoid the sweep. Bottom first, Burnett facing Brian Roberts. That's over in Johnny Damon's area. Actually in the fans' area. But Burnett, happy with the play, happy to get the help from Damon, who took it from a fan. Roberts didn't like it, but you see Burnett. That's what I'm talking about. Lip reading with closed captioning there. Then Burnett gets Adam Jones. First K for a Yankee starting pitcher this season. None for Sabathia or Wong the last 2 games. Bottom third, Burnett facing Aubrey Huff. Bases loaded and 2 outs. Big spot, and he got Huff swinging. Burnett 5 1/3, 6 Ks, 2 earned runs. Top 4, Alfredo Simon facing Mark Teixeira. That is what you call return on investment. Solo shot for Teixeira, his first of the season, game tied at 1. He got booed again. He said they let me know that they wish I was an Oriole. Later in the inning, it's Nick Swisher off Simon with 1 on and 1 gone. 2-run home run for Swisher. He went 3 for 5 with 5 RBI, and the Yankees going to win it 11-2 as that big money offense visits rubber match against the Red Sox Thursday. Dice K. Matsuzaka. World Baseball Classic MVP. Top third, Evan Longoria says, this ain't the World Baseball Classic. 2-run shot for Longoria. Monster can't hold it. His second of the season. Matsuzaka 5 1/3, 4 earned runs, 5 Ks. Rays up 4-2. Troy Percival on for the save. Jason Varitek, like, save this. Ben Zobrist battling the Sun, and the Sun won. Sox down 4-3. Varitek's second of the season. 2 batters later, Dustin Pedroia. Evan Longoria, not just about the bat. The glove works too. Terry Francona, what'd you think? Yeah, Pedroia 0 for 5 on the day. After David Ortiz walked, winning run at the plate, and Kevin Youkilis, Gabe Kapler reel it in on the warning track. Not a work of art for Percival, but Joe Madden said it doesn't always have to be an oil painting to be a success. Rays win it 4-3, and they take 2 of 3 at Fenway. It wasn't a fluke.
White Sox managed just 3 singles Wednesday. They did not beat visiting Kansas City with that effort. And Thursday, Royal starter Kyle Davies matches his career high with 8 strikeouts, gives up 3 hits in 7 innings, gets Alexi Ramirez and Josh Fields. But John Dank's also giving up nothing. So here we are, top 9, no score, not anymore. Coco Crisp, Bobby Jenks. Jenks said it was a cutter that didn't cut. Royals going to win at 2-1. Crisp, just 57 home runs in 786 career games, but he's connected 9 times.
To a Canadian to help them avoid an 0-3 start against the Mets. It's Joey Votto, bottom third. Reds trailing 3-1, 2-on-2 out for Votto off Oliver Perez. Toronto is in the house, and that ball is out of the yard. Reds take a 4-3 lead. Votto's second of the season. But wait, he's not done. Bottom 5 tied at 4, nobody out. Votto making the most of his opportunity. Drives in a run. He was 3 for 5, 4 RBI. Bottom 9, Mets trailing 8-6. Look, it's Gary Sheffield, his first at-bat for the Mets, sitting on 499 home runs, and he will stay there. Francisco Cordero made sure of it. The Reds win 8-6. Bronson Arroyo, 5 runs in 6 innings to get the win.
Twins hosting the Mariners. Jared Washburn just 5-14 last season. Not much run support. Ems gave him 1 in the top of the first. He tries to give it back. Alexi Casilla takes him deep, and Franklin Gutierrez. Washburn said he gave Gutierrez a hug for that and said he'd probably give him another one. Bottom second, Washburn gets Justin Morneau. 8 innings, 5 hits, and no runs. Brandon Morrow, M's new closer, imploded Tuesday, gave up 3 in the game, and Thursday walked Michael Kadire on 4 pitches, but then he gets Morneau, Joe Creedy, and Jason Kubel with 2 outs. He's the tying run. Broken bat. Mariners win it 2-0. Morrow gets the save. And he had given it up on Tuesday, but new skipper said, I'm throwing it back out there. And he got it done, and Washburn gets the win. Give me a T for Texas. Rangers hosting the Indians, looking for the sweep. We got same face, new place. Carl Pavano. First start since leaving the Yankees for the Indians, and that is so beat. Marlon Byrd, 3-run homer to center. He matched his career high with 5 RBIs. It's 5-0. Pavano retires 3 of the 12 he faced. Pitch him in second before he was lifted. 1 inning, 6 hits, 9 earned. Most runs allowed in 1 inning by an Indians pitcher in the last 50 years. Same face, new place again. Kerry Wood over from the Cubs. Same face, new place again. Andrew Jones over from the Dodgers. Facing Wood. And getting pretty good, Wood. Double to the wall in right center. Jones goes 3 for 5 on RBI, and the Rangers win it 12-8 your final. Texas, the only undefeated American League team.
That's the old school Andrew Jones.
How about them apples?
A turkey burger from Fat Burger. Keyshawn put me up on that.
Nice.
It's SportsCenter's top 10 plays. Number 10, Yankees and Orioles. Brian Roberts pops up into foul territory. Johnny Damon jumps into the stands and make the grab. Not quite Jeter when he came up bloody, but still pretty good. As the Yankees get their first win of the season, 11-2.
Not Jetarian. She's a beauty, that number 9. Royals, White Sox, Jermaine Dye, David DeJesus. He gets dirty. Coco Crisp, home run. The difference in this one, Royals winning.
Number 8, NHL Capitals and Lightning. Zenon Konopka, diving effort, slaps the puck to Steven Stamkos. And you know the rest. Stamkos with his 22nd. That's a new Lightning rookie record, but the Bolts go down 4-2.
Pirates and Cardinals at 7. Ryan Ludwig, left field line. Niger Morgan. I love it when you haven't seen the play before.
And he's got the throwback look, too.
Pirates top play. The Cards get the win.
Number 6, Dodgers and Padres. Kevin Correa, 5-hole, and he throws to first for the out as the Padres win at 4-3. That's a great stab.
At 5, we got the Bruins and the Canadiens. Boston's going to get either Montreal or the Rangers in the first round. Mark Savard's wrist shot saved by Carey Price. Canadiens lose 5-4 in OT, but they do clinch a playoff spot.
Number 4, Flyers and Rangers. Henrik Lundqvist. Glove will find a way. Great save. 1 of 37 for Lundqvist as the Rangers win and get to the playoffs.
At 3, Mariners Twins.
And that's it into the gap in left center field. And this time, a backhanded stop by Gutierrez. An unbelievable play.
Franklin Gutierrez in the M's win. If that's 3, then 2-1 got to be something else.
Here is 2 stars. An avalanche. Spike Ribeiro turns his back through the legs and then over Peter Budaj for the shootout winner. And Budaj's like, all right, man, you got me.
He's still trying to find that point. Where to go? Stars winning 3-2 in the shootout.
Junior high basketball at 1. Don't let the video fool you. Look at this kid.
No way. No way.
David Germscheid. I hope I'm saying that right. You're on SportsCenter. You're the dude. You abide. Tigers Blue Jays game. You got Rick Porcello there and Ricky Romero there. This is the first time in Major League history that 2 first-round draft picks have made their big league debuts as starting pitchers against each other. We start with Ricky because he's from East L.A., Cal State Fullerton. You may remember him in the CWS in 04. He's a lefty, and Porcello's a righty, 20 years old, been compared to Josh Beckett. Romero, 2 earned, 5 Ks, 6 innings. Porcello, 4 earned, 2 homers, 4 Ks in 5 innings. This is neither of them. That's Nate Robertson giving that up to Travis Snyder. Magli Ordonez and Lyle Overbay is safe, but did Matt Traynor block him? Well, Jim Leland thought so. He comes out to argue to no avail.